Hello, welcome to All Things Real Talk. Today I want to talk about a subject that a lot of people they talk about but don't want to talk about, and they do it in secrecy. However, today's topic is about why are women being used? And remember, this is just my opinion, but why are women being used? Come on, ladies. We have to understand what we're doing and why we're doing it and why we're getting the results from what we're doing. So today, what I'm going to do is talk about some of my, 5 topics that I think most women are not paying close attention to. And even if I try to tell them, some of y'all won't listen. But today, this is what we're going to talk about. Why women are being used. It could be in a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend. It could be in a marriage, husband and wife. However, I truly believe that most women are doing themselves a disservice because, first of all, they always lead with their emotions. We know women are emotional people. God created them to be strong, but passionate and emotional. Emotion sometimes is a woman's worst enemies because she doesn't think with her mind anymore. She thinks with her heart. That can lead to a lot of problems for you in a relationship. Me being a guy, yes, we have issues also, but this here today is talking about women and trying to help my sisters out. However, most women today are very intelligent, smart, always have been very intelligent and smart, but most women today are free to express that, and they're expressing it so much that it's to a detriment to them. It's not as if you can't express your emotions, but it's detrimental because once you show your emotional side, sometimes you seem to let your guard down without even knowing your guard is down, and you become vulnerable. And that young man, whoever it may be, somebody's trying to meet you, date you, court you, whatever, they start to see signs of something else. And sometimes those are not good signs because they take advantage of it. Second, social media. Social media is a wonderful tool. It's a great tool if used properly. However, most young women that I've noticed and just watched and studied, they tend to use social media to highlight their insecurities, if I must say, their insecurities. They also use social media to try and hype themselves, show that this is who I am, what I have, or how I'm living. That's the statement of the question that I'm trying to say. How I'm living. And that's not good for a female. That's not good for a woman. Because what happens is most guys, they are hunters. And what they like to do is hunt. And how do they hunt in the world of dating? They look and listen. And sometimes they let you put your own foot in your mouth, and then they come right behind and tell you the very same thing you just explained to everybody on social media. It's not good. It may sound good to you, and it may make you feel better because you're getting it off of your chest, but sometimes opening up the mouth too much and telling everything as well as showing everything, it's not good for you. It's bad. Thirdly, value in yourself. Ladies, you have tremendous value in yourself. You have tremendous values in yourself. Stop giving your value away freely. That old statement that my grandma used to say, why buy the cow when you get the milk free? Stop giving your value away, because I see a lot of young ladies that have put in the time and effort to bring themselves up to a status that is very highly recommended, because you could tell that they put the time and effort in to bring themselves up to their career standards or to make themselves a better person in life, just to give it away to somebody who does not respect your value. And normally when you do that, it's because someone has already peep you, or they've been watching what you've been saying on social media, and it tends to go against you versus helping you. It helps you to find these individuals because you're bringing attention to yourself. However, in the long run, it's only a short run, because that individual is looking for one thing, and once they find it, they target it and then they leave. Or if they don't leave, they're in and out, and they're going to cause you headaches and problems. The fourth thing, don't show your cards too quick. Social media is letting young ladies do what? This is how I'm living. This is what I do. Stop it. Most females, you get caught in the hype. You know, we're monkey see, monkey do people. If Sharice is doing this and Sandra's doing that, that's the first thing I think I want to do. That's where I should be. So you get caught up, and then you tend to do what? You tend to start doing the same things, and you give everything away. And now this young man or whoever it may be, they know all of your cards. They know every card you have in your hand, and then they play on that. They play on it to get what they need to better them or to gain something, and then they end up leaving because you were not truly the individual that they wanted in the beginning. Only the things that you have to offer is what they wanted. And what they'll do is they'll lie to you, they'll take from you, they'll take you places, they'll do things to make it seem like it's about you, but it's only about the materialistic thing or the esteem or whatever you have that can sustain them in their downtime. Okay? The fifth thing is you must know your worth. A lot of women are educated, smart, pretty, but guess what? They don't know their worth. Their worth is everything. You as a person is your worth. You want somebody who wants to love you, who wants to love your mind. Your mind. If they don't love your mind, then you may have a problem, and you may need to take some more time in getting to know this individual, because the first thing you should know is your worth and what you want. Yes, sometimes we get fooled by the best of them, but guess what? If you take your time to get to know somebody, and I'm not talking about going to the movies, I'm not talking about going walking to the park, I'm talking about truly getting to know an individual. Know what they like, know their family, know their friends. That means their environment. Know the things that they're trying to accomplish in life. What do they want to accomplish in life? Because everybody is not sure what they want to accomplish. However, if you say you're a rapper, show me a contract. If you can't show me a contract, and I ain't talking about just a plain contract with I'm talking about with zeros behind it. I'm talking about with zeros. Because guess what? We got a lot of people that wants to be rappers. What else do you do? Rapping should be part-time. These are the questions. So I don't want to dash your dream of being a rapper, but young lady, ask these men, what else is it that you do? Because if you can't show me a contract where, this is what you make, this is what you do, I don't want to hear nothing about rapping. Rapping is recreational when you tell me something like that. Make sure this young man has a plan, and a plan not only for himself, but a plan that would include you if you decide to make this a serious relationship. Know your worth. Do not let somebody take you and bring you down, because what happens is a lot of women, they tend to have low self-esteem. And a true guy, true player, somebody who doesn't care, he's going to study you and understand you and know what you're liking. Once he understands what you're liking, he's going to play on your insecurities, and he's going to act as if you are everything in his world, and he's going to give you everything that you're insecure about just to get what he wants. So you have to pay attention to, knowing your worth. Last but not least, this is almost knowing your worth. Have self-respect. Have self-respect. You got to remember, if you go out in the street looking like a whore, looking like a trash person, looking like I'm easy, guess what? That's what you're going to attract. You're going to attract that attention. It's just, that's nature. If you come outside looking like a half-naked fish, you're going to be eaten like a half-naked fish. Most guys are, by nature, they are going to be in a hunting mode. But that's where that know your worth and self-respect comes back into place. Present yourself well. Carry yourself well. One thing I've noticed we're starting to do now in the 21st century is we're dressing very provocative. The Bible states that we should remain modest. Women should be in a modest state. The machine has taught us that we need to be half naked for someone to look at us and to care about us. That's the farthest from the truth. I'm here to tell you that. If you continue doing that, guys will continue treating you in that manner. Also, understand, you do not have to also put your career on display. You put your career on display, and guess what? That's what they're looking at. They're looking at your career, not you. So when you meet someone, stop going out to eat and to the movie. Learn who this person is, because economics is involved. Economics is involved. Spiritual health is involved. All of these things play a real role, because everybody does not have a good spiritual health. Because you can find an individual that doesn't have the perfect spiritual health, and that can also affect you and that individual's relationship, and it can be toxic. So, the same as respecting yourself, always know your worth, because if you don't know your worth, no one else knows it and no one else cares. Until the next time, to all women, you are beautiful, you're great. Know your worth. Know your worth. Also, with that self-respect, I don't want a lot of women to think that they have to go and find a 6-figure guy or a 7-figure guy, because sometimes those guys are just as worse. When I say get to know the young man, whoever it may be, getting to know somebody goes back to what I said about spiritually, economically, and also how do they see themselves growing you and themselves as a family, or even in a relationship to grow to become a family. Those are the things you need to know. Can this person grow with me, or do this person wants to grow with me? Because it takes a lot to grow together. Marriage is not a simple thing. Marriage takes work. A lot of people are in a fairy tale. They're in a fairy tale that marriage is supposed to be magical and everything is supposed to be fine all the time. I'm here to tell you, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And that's why it's very important that you know who you are. Know your worth. Know your value. Know what you want. Because guess what? That young man, he should do the same thing. Because not all women are good by men. But this is not about the men right now. My point is, women need to understand that you need to vet men, period. You just need to vet them. Because right now, our world, our system, the machine has taught our young men in the last 25 to 30 years just to be dogs. That's not every man, but they are teaching our young men to be dogs. I mean, the TV shows, movies, all entertainment, all this stuff is telling our young men to hold on, hold out, and be the man. So back to the woman. They're also doing the same thing to women, because women now are taking on those same roles. They're sitting here trying to jockey for, this is who I want, this is who I want to be my man, this and that and that. I'm gonna do this and that and the third. And it's causing chaos in the order of the male-female relationship. However, females, stop letting yourself down. You're letting yourself down because you're watching certain sectors of life like Atlanta Housewives, all this bull crap like that, which I don't like because it's not telling you and teaching you a thing. But today, more women are eating that trash up and they are incorporating that trash into their lives, relationships, and it does not work that way. So what you have to do is know your worth, know your value, and vet these guys when you go to meet them. You need to know what is it in their life that they want, educational wise. If not educational wise, what are you trying to accomplish, occupational wise? What are your dreams? What are your desires? I want to know all of this. I don't need to know you 2 weeks and then you trying to get in my pants, because that's what it is. Let me find out who you really are, because once I meet your family or your friends, guess what? You get a lot of telltale signs there. And if you don't pay attention to those telltale signs, because most of the times in the home environment or whatever other environment that person you're meeting is in, you will find out a lot about this individual just from listening to other people. So that's why you need to get to know them, go out and around others with them, because that's when you're going to find out things that you didn't know or he would never share. And I think that is key right there, is to be able to go around other friends and family members, because you already know if he doesn't want to go there or if he doesn't take you places like that, you already have a problem. You already have a problem. Secondly, if this individual does not have a plan, that's another red flag. If they don't have a plan, I'm not meaning that he has to know exactly what he's gonna do, because sometimes it takes people years to find out exactly what they want to do. However, when you talk to that individual and they can't give you A, B, C of a plan list, then you may want to be slow with this and make sure you know what you're getting involved with, because sometimes guys are lost themselves. However, some are lost, but they're players. If they're players, they're going to tell you anything. They're going to buy time to get what they want from you. So that's another reason why when you get to know somebody, it's not McDonald's in a movie and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It's I'm still getting to know you. And if that individual does not want to take that time to get to know you, they're not the right ones for you from the beginning. So you might as well just cut that loss and let it be. Also, another thing, we don't like to talk on the phone anymore. Texting is very key. Women are emotional. Women love to talk. Women love to talk. Women love to talk. Texting is not talking, ladies. If he wants to just text you, that means he's in another environment. He's in an environment that he cannot share with you all the time. I can remember the telephones before cell phones, so you know how the telephone game was. You're going to call that person 3-4 times a day sometimes. Sometimes, when a person tells you they can't talk, those are, especially if it's not working hours, or if it's some type of hour where you can understand I can't talk. But guess what? Most of the times when they can't talk on the phone, they're in another environment. So you need to understand that environment. Don't sell yourself short. The machine today is making women, especially women that has done everything they were supposed to do, like go to school, graduate, find good work, great jobs. These are great women. Not all the time. Some women got problems again. However, but these are great women. Now, before you put yourself on the for sale sign, you need to also look for these great men in the same way. Do not settle sometimes. Yes, some people say, if you don't settle, you're going to find yourself alone. Yeah, it's a lot of people that are alone today, not married or don't have a boyfriend, and they're by themselves. Some of it is by choice. But however, in my honest opinion, most of it is by design. It's by design by the system, because now they've taken the young man and made him create this environment, because they got him in a pause wait situation. And that pause wait situation is affecting young ladies for the simple fact that, guess what? They don't want young women to vet these men. They don't want you to vet these men. They want you to be lost and trapped and cause problems. That's the system's game, because there's too many young men thinking that they are the super prize, and the system is making this happen, and it's causing a disruption and a out of orderness with men and women. But that goes back into the Bible. God has stated that. So at the same time, you have to continue your worth and understanding and getting to know a young man, and not bowing down too much and giving away your pride just to try to capture this man who's eventually going to do one or two things. He's going to continue to lie to you, hurt you, or he's not going to be with you at all. Know your worth, and I think if you do those things, you will be better off. Nobody is perfect. However, you can give yourself that opportunity by being able to look, listen, and pay attention to that individual. It is very important that you give yourself a lot of time to get to know an individual, because guess what? Today, nobody wants to wait with time. And most players are very slick. He will give you time, but if you can't call him, it's because he's doing what he want to do on the other side of that time. That's the trick that they play. He's doing something on that other side of time that'll give him the time for you to break in and give in to him. So always remember this. Give yourself the time, look, listen, and learn. And if he can't take you around people, if he can't take you in his environments, that's a red flag, because guess what? That means you're not the one. Not at the moment, because he's trying to get something from you, whether it's your goodie or whatever materialistics you have. Make sure you vet these individuals, because time and time again, I am a guy, but time and time again, I'm a father. Time and time again, these guys are using a lot of great women that do not deserve this situation, and it pains me to see it. And I think that we need to bring order back into the community of women, because it's a lot of great women that are suffering because somebody else wants to be evil and not do what is right. With that being said, I love you women. Continue, subscribe, like, and I'll talk to you later.